Okay, here is another tragic story, but sadly, stories like this can be told. And we're focused on murder victim in just Jocelyn Gidden, and this is just from today from the Star set. Woman found murdered in her home. Yesterday would have been 56-year-old Jocelyn Gidden's day off from her sanitation job. Those close to her say it was likely that she would have used it to do house chores, play bingo, or do other stuff around the house. All right. Not gonna read the whole thing. So, Hori Gidden did not get a chance to see the light of day. She was found with her throat slashed yesterday in her one-room dwelling Christian Penn, St. Catherine. Yeah, that's a very chilling thing to read, unfortunately. But let's go on. So, according to the head of the Constabulary Communications Unit, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, police are yet to make an arrest, but the spouse of the deceased is currently a person of interest. All right, which I think that, and yeah, which is more than likely the case, because it's just mentioning that okay, she was involved with someone, and immediately all fingers are pointing at him. All right, so yeah, and so I go and say when they found I'm not going to read the rest because it's a bit grim and gruesome, but so on. But it goes on to say that she didn't have any kids, which is very fortunate because I mean, for them to for her to have kids and know that this happened to their mom, that would have been a very hard. That would have been something that's very hard pill for them to accept that their mother was brutally murdered. So again, we can be thankful at least she doesn't have any kids who then have to hear the news of what happened to their mom. But this is pretty much the story. But it just says the thing that notes to know said that the spouse of the deceased is a currently a person of interest. So I think it's likely lean up to possibility. And again, I was not there at the time, so I can't really say who did what. But it just sounds like this was probably for her husband did this whatever that he probably this sounds like this was probably a crime of passion that and I'm willing to bet that there was if the husband is indeed the guilty party that obviously this relationship was not all bed and roses that and more than likely maybe indicate that she probably wanted to end the relationship or have already just had a heated argument and the guy probably decided to just probably end the argument by ending her life. I don't know what it is, but I'm just saying it looks like a crime of passion from what we're hearing. And if anything more comes out and it turns out that the spouse did have something to do with it or whatever, yeah, that's more likely that they had a very troubled relationship. All right, because you're hearing a lot of these very sickening and very terrifying cases where these men, and sorry not to beat upon the Jamaican brothers, but you have a lot of cases where these men who have very fragile egos are very domineering towards their women. They can't really handle their disputes in a very civilized or civil or very or a peaceful manner. And whenever and their women have arguments, they say that they're gonna fatally wound or take out that woman that they're involved with. All right, and this is something that I can't get down with, and I don't like men like this. You're such a bad example for men, especially Jamaican men who do bullshit like that. But it's just this is messed up and so on. Unless there's more stories that comes out that and so on. This is probably what I'm going on. I mean, so and the thing you have to bear in mind that there are more cases like this. There are not going to be a lot of cases. There are a lot of cases like this where they are not don't make the headlines. But all I can say is that this is just messed up. Me, I don't know the woman. I can't vouch to say what kind of person she was, but it's just sad out there just to hear stuff like this. And just hope that justice is done because obviously this wasn't a robbery when no one was poor taken. So definitely the person who killed her was someone she knew. And again, if the spouse is a person of interest and it's likely that he did it, yeah, that was arguably there was trouble in that relationship. So this is for State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check out my YouTube pages, Miles Goodison Farron, Miles J Productions, and with Thoughts of Miles. All right.